Hey crypto friends, for those of you who are new to my channel, my name is Garrett and welcome to Altcoin Radar. In today's short video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys a super simple day trading strategy that works as an easy introduction to, easy introduction to trading either the crypto spot market or crypto futures market. Now, for those of you who are interested in trading and are new to the channel, if you'd like to try out the same exchange that I use, feel free to go ahead and check out the MEXC crypto exchange with the link in the video description below. I personally love this exchange because one, as you guys can see, they've got extremely low trading fees. In addition to that, they've got over 1,500 altcoins for altcoin nerds like myself to be able to trade. And in addition to that, they do not require KYC, which is very, very nice, you guys. KYC is optional. You can require, or you can provide it if you want, but it is not required. Okay. So for those of you who have watched a lot of my videos in the past, a lot of you guys already know what simple strategy I'm going to be talking about here. And I know I talk about it quite a bit, but I do it for a good reason, because a lot of other simple strategies that are out there are completely confusing to most beginners. And, you know, hey, I like to break things down step by step, so that's what I'm going to be doing in this video. Now, before I actually dive into the strategy itself, I want to touch base on the amount of capital you should and should not be using if you are trading the crypto futures market. So here's what you should not do, okay? You do not want to be entering trades with a small amount of capital and using a super high amount of leverage. That's just irresponsible, and you will end up getting liquidated eventually. And quite frankly, you won't learn anything about trading doing things that way, okay? All that shows is that you are very impatient and that you are looking for very, very, very quick profits, okay? That is the complete opposite of being responsible in the market, and you should not be doing that, okay? So if you're someone who only has a small amount of funds to trade with, please, for the love of God, only use a small amount of leverage, like 10x or less, and work your way up as your capital and confidence increases, okay? I cannot tell you how many times I've seen people get greedy and they enter trades with like 50 bucks and they end up using like 50x leverage or more, and they end up getting liquidated, and then they get mad because they lost their money. It's like, of course you got liquidated, and of course you're going to get mad because you didn't enter that trade responsibly, okay? It's simply not smart to do this, and you want to learn, or you will not learn how to properly trade with solid fundamentals and discipline either. So please be responsible in the market, because it's better than going broke, to be honest with you, okay? So let's dive into the strategy, but before I actually get started, you'll need a free TradingView account so that you can do your charting before you enter your trades. So just go to tradingview.com and make an account, and you will have it, okay? So the very first thing you want to do here is you want to start adding coins to your list, okay? So obviously, don't look at my coins, because these aren't coins I'm currently trading or anything like that. But you want to add high volume coins to your list, okay? If you are just starting day trading, you want to use high volume coins, and the reason why is because high volume coins are they're a lot less risky, and they're always moving, okay? By always moving, I'm talking about they always have a high amount of trade volume on a regular basis, so you will be able to get in and out of trades quite frequently, okay? So what you'll do is you'll hit this plus icon up here, and you want to start typing in different coins. So let's just say if you're looking to, obviously I already have Bitcoin on here, which is what I'm going to be using for the example in this video. But if you want to be trading like Ethereum or something, you just type in ETH USD, and or if you're using the USDT pair, which is, you know, obviously on MEXC, you'll just click on ETH USDT, and you will scroll down until you find the MEXC option, okay? But obviously this one says spot crypto, so you don't want that one. You want the one that says futures if you're trading the futures market. So if you're trading the futures market, you will want this one that says ETH Tether Perpetual Futures, or swap crypto, okay? If you are just trading the regular spot market, then you can go ahead and click on this one right here. And you will do this same process for every other coin that you want to be charting. And it will come up, or the coins will come up right on this right-hand side here. So for the sake of this video, we're going to be using Bitcoin, okay? So the next thing you want to do after you've got your coins added to your list that you want to chart or trade, you want to add indicators, okay? For the sake of this video, I'm going to be using just regular RSI and Stoch RSI, okay? So basically what you do is you go to indicators up here on this menu icon up here. It just says indicators, and you just click it. And what you're going to do is you're just going to type in RSI, and it's going to come up as relative strength index. So the one that says relative strength index, you'll literally just click it and it'll be added to your chart down here. All right. The next thing you want to do is type in Stoch RSI. And it's stochastic RSI, so you'll literally just click it right here, and then again, it will add it to your chart right down here. Now, I know I use a lot of different indicators in a lot of my different videos, and the reason why is because, hey, I mean, not everybody is using the same indicator at all times, okay? Sometimes people find different indicators that work better for them. Lately, I've been using a good mixture of RSI and Stoch RSI because obviously, like, you know, hey, they've been working out great for me, but I'm going to show you how to use it later on in this video. Anyway, the next thing that you want to do once you've got your indicators added is you want to pick a time frame for day trading, okay? Now, day traders typically are in and out of trades pretty quickly, okay? So you want to be trading off of like the 5-minute charts or the 15-minute charts or the 30-minute, maybe even up to the hour, maybe. But I don't know. I wouldn't, you know, when I'm day trading, I don't, or when I do have time to day trade, I don't really use the 1-hour chart. I typically just use the 15-minute chart if I want to, you know, take a stab at day trading. So basically, the next thing you want to do is once you pick your time frame, the next thing you want to do is you want to find your support and resistance levels in that time frame, okay? Because you will be trading and making your trading decisions and your entry and exit decisions off of whatever time frame you are charting, okay? So here's what I do, okay? You want to find your support and resistance levels. So what I do is I go with this horizontal line right here, just the lines icons over here, and you click on horizontal line. What I like to do is I like to find the current bottommost candle, and I will mark it, okay? That will be my bottommost support level, okay, for the current range that we're trading in here, okay? The next thing I will do is I will grab another line icon, and I will go ahead and mark the top of the current range, okay, which is right here, all right? Now, I know you're probably seeing and wondering why I'm not marking this one instead, and the reason why is because that's not the current most recent high, okay? The current most recent high is right here, all right? So we will go ahead and mark that, and then, oops, got a little bit off there. And then what I like to do is I like to grab the line again, and I like to make the current most support levels, okay, which would be right around right in here, okay, which as you guys can clearly see, we've got clear support right in here. None of the candle wicks have gone past further than that. Basically how you find these levels, let me go ahead and make this one purple. Basically how you find these levels is basically the most recent current far bottom where there's, I mean, you can clearly see there's a lot of support here. I mean, it's really not hard to tell. I mean, you can clearly see none of these candles went down farther or anything like that. Another place that I would add another support level, if I had to, would be right around in this level right here, okay? Somewhere right in here, as you guys can clearly see, we had a bunch of support right in here as well. These are all just very, very, very short-term support levels, okay? Because as the candle wicks and as the market continues to move forward and up and down and stuff like that, your support and resistance levels are going to be changing quite often, okay? But for the sake of this video and for the sake of this little bit of a strategy I've got going here for you guys, I'm only going to use one support level since that's where we're currently at, okay? So we've got our red resistance level right up here, and we've got our red support level, or our purple support level right down here, okay? So now that we've got our support and resistance found, this is how you would go about trading it, okay? So how you put it all together is, this is how I do things, okay? So basically, as we can clearly see here, actually, no, we'll start down here. So as we can clearly see down here, this was today as well, the day that I'm filming. So clearly this was the far bottom. So basically what would happen is you can see it on the RSI. So basically with the RSI, when the line starts going below this 30 line right here, that pretty much means things are very, very oversold, and the market is going to eventually start to take a reversal and start moving upwards again, okay? Which is clearly what happened. I mean, clearly we went far below and it started going upwards. Now, there will be times, obviously, when you can clearly see where it goes down all the way, but it doesn't start going up again for quite a while. And that does happen sometimes. It's not a pitch perfect strategy. No strategy is, okay? And that's the realism behind this. But even if you even if you did make the mistake and buy, or not mistake, even if you did end up buying here, because it ended up going down, you can clearly see that you'd still be in a major profit if you would have, stayed in long enough to be able to profit from this trade, because it did eventually end up going back up again. So what I like to do is I like to treat these lines of, these lines of overbought or oversold and overbought as pretty much my indicators of, when is a good chance to actually buy into the trade, okay? So, and basically I use the Stoch RSI as confluence as well. So as you guys can clearly see here, at the same time that the coin was below in the oversold area, way down here, below the 30 mark or near the 30 mark, you can clearly see the Stoch RSI was also down there as well. So they pretty much go hand in hand, which is pretty nice because that is a clear indicator, and you can clearly see the line is starting to slightly go upwards as well. So as you guys can clearly see that both are starting to go upwards, that's a clear indicator that it is a good time to get in and place a long order, okay? So you would have profited big time if you would have entered here and pretty much held on until it went to the oversold area, okay? Now, obviously, it continued to keep going, which obviously, if you took profit here, that's perfectly fine. I mean, you're still in profit, okay? Which is the goal here. Your goal is to make profits. Your goal is not to be greedy, okay? So you're in profits here, and it's okay if you sell here, okay? But if you would have kept holding on, obviously you're going to continue to be in even more and more profits as well, okay? Now, if I were to trade it when it's at the top here, if you want to try shorting the market or anything like that, as you guys can clearly see, again, hey, we're using these lines in the RSI, okay? So at the 70 mark, at the very top line here, you can see that things were very overbought, okay? Which obviously when things are extremely overbought, it typically means that the market is again about to do a reversal and start going downwards, which it clearly has, okay? So if you were to have placed a short order up here and held it all the way down here, you'd be in profit, all right? Now here's the thing, okay? These lines are not universal, okay? Meaning they are not guaranteed, okay? This is not a step-by-step instructional video saying if you do this, this is going to happen, okay? Nobody knows what's going to happen in these markets, okay? These are just indicators to make you feel more confident and make you feel more comfortable in your trading making decisions, okay? So realistically, this middle line right here, if anything is above, if any of these lines are above, it still means that the market is pretty much it pretty much means the market is oversold, okay? Or sorry, overbought. I keep getting the two mixed up. And if it's below the 50 line right here, it means conditions are currently oversold, okay? So obviously, we just hit this line right here, okay? Even just hitting that line once, even just hitting it once could mean that, it's okay to buy in. So there's a lot of people that go ahead and buy in and place orders right around this 50 line as also. So realistically, anything at the 50 line and below are considered good times to buy, okay? Anything, or to go for a long position. Anything from the 50 line and above is pretty much, or above that, is pretty much a good time to be able to place a short order, okay? So realistically here, and as you guys can clearly see here, this is why I love using the Stoch RSI indicator, because as you guys can clearly see here, the RSI hasn't made it below the 50 line. It touched the 50 line, but it didn't go below the 50 line. But on the Stoch RSI, we can clearly see it is very far below, okay, which is a clear indicator that it's going to start moving up a little bit. So overall, you can clearly see that, whoever ended up buying here at the 50 line, who also use Stoch RSI to look at, to see how low that is also, you can clearly see that, hey, they're already in profit because the market has started to swoop back upwards again. So overall here, you guys, I know it can probably sound kind of confusing, especially if you are new to things here. But realistically, the more and more that you start to actually put all of this together and start to be around it more and more often, the more and more you start to see patterns yourself in the way that these candles move and in the way that these support and resistance levels end up working together, okay? So realistically here, it's pretty easy, to be brutally honest with you. It just takes time to understand, okay? So if you've got patience and time to understand things, hey, go right ahead and try and figure it out, because it is very, very simple. And once you get the hang of things, you can really start to make some decent profits, you guys. But that's going to pretty much do it here, though, you guys. So there's really not much to it, like I was saying. And if you guys feel confused, trust me, that's completely normal. And like all things in life, it takes time and patience to learn a new skill. So please just be patient, effectively manage your emotions, and hey, you'll eventually be more confident in the long term with your trading decisions, all right? Now, here's the thing, you guys. If any of you guys have any questions about anything I mentioned in this video or about the strategy directly, feel free to reach out to me on Twitter, because I'm there quite often throughout the day and stuff, and I love helping people. So if you got questions that need more explanation, hey, feel free to ask. I have no issues helping people out. But overall here, you guys, that's going to pretty much do it for this video. So I will go ahead and wrap this one up. But again, before you guys leave, go ahead and make sure to subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a new crypto and altcoin video from me on a regular basis. And hey guys, with that said, thanks again for watching, and I hope to see you guys in the comment section down below of my future videos.